Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World. It's February 22nd, a cold, rainy, sleety day in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And we are going to stop into the Gettysburg Miniature Toy Soldier Shop on our way home from work. Let's see what's happening. Believe it or not, I don't have Goober the Traveling Bear with me since I was actually working out of town today. Let's see what's going on, all right? Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World. And on my way home from work, I stopped at the Gettysburg Miniature Toy Soldier Shop in Steinway Avenue with Mr. John and John Jr. And as you know, I usually record the diorama, but we can't because they received such a large private collection that they had to take down the games and they had to lay out the collection, and they've been going through it and sorting it and put it in display cases and on the shelves for you to purchase. So it'll be another month or two before we have a game for me to video. Now, I had several people write to me about the display cases, and they wanted more, better, and slower display case videos. And to be honest, I could spend probably an hour going through all these display cases that Mr. John has here. It would take me hours to go through each shelf, and I hope you understand I don't want to bore anyone either. So we're just zapping off a little bit here and there. And yes, I do get some glare. And of course, Mr. John has things coming all the time. New things. Wow. There's some really cool vehicles there. And he has a Fort Ticonderoga back there. Fort Apache. Like always, everything's always changing at Mr. John's. And one of the things I love is how he gets in a lot of the old 54 millimeter stuff, and also the Airfix and Atlantic. And just amazing how he can accumulate. Like, here's an old MPC cannon. That should bring back some memories. He has several of them. Some catapults, artillery pieces. Alright, it's like going down memory lane. This thing is actually made out of metal. Some kind of a fuel truck. Alright, well, let's go into the other room. And I just had to get Fort Geronimo, Frontier Town, and Fort Sahara. Alright, we've left the diorama room. So, the Gettysburg 3 Days in July. This game was quite unique when it came out. It's sort of like playing Stratego in a way. The unit counters are hidden from the opposing player. Now, Mr. John's got in a whole mess of new black powder sets. These are really neat if you don't want to have to do a lot of work and you want a big army. Buying just one of these, you get a couple thousand figures on skewers, some buildings, and you're ready to go. And very little painting needed. He's got a lot of board games in, and one heck of a lot of models. And I also have to always say thank you to Mr. John for carrying Bill Molyneux games. The French Indian War Volume 2, Battle of Brandywine, and he also has Horns of the Buffalo, the Anglo-Zulu War of 1879. Now, I can't do justice with everything here, so just doing the best I can, and I am trying to pan slowly. A lot of bolt action stuff in. Boy, that Puma looks good. Boy, the Warlord Games, they really make some high quality molds and all. Alright, we're going to hit a little bit of the display cases. I'll try to go slow. We got more Anglo-Zulu War. And then, of course, Battle of Navarone sets. And coming along the top wall. Now, as far as these display cases, again, you really have to come here in person, or if you do see something here in my video and you live far away, you can contact them through email or call them, describe what you saw, and they may be able to just pick it out and mail it to you. So we're going to leave the 54mm pegboard over there for last. And I will scan the top. So one of the neat things is always looking at all the things that Mr. John gets in. And many things end up on the ceiling. So you always have to look up. Now these are Mark's Knights. Very cool, he's got these in. And some walls. Here's a Fort Apache cannon. Alright. Now, as far as 1/72 plastics, and he also has lead, of course. Well, pewter. Mixed metals. I heard someone call it mixed metals now. Alright, we'll hit this a little bit. We have Lord of the Rings. A lot of Star Wars models are in. Now, of course, we have to do our plug once again for IMAX, owned by Bill Molyneux of Brooksville, Florida, but not this Bill Molyneux. And he also makes a heck of a lot of remote control tanks and other vehicles. And Kim Metis of the board game site, Mr. John's got in more folio games. Oh my goodness. It'll take me an hour to go through all those. Alright. Wow, we'll turn to the right. And over here we have lots of Perry miniatures. There's an IMAX Alamo up there. That contains a cardboard Alamo too in it, which is sort of cool. As far as display cases over here, and of course, thousands of figures painted, ready for your bookcase, shelf, office. And like always, they are splendid. They look so nice, lit up. There's some Zouaves. Amazing how the figures are so sculpted. It's really amazing how the quality has gone up over the years. And even flags. Let's take a look at these flags. I mean, they look like they're flowing in the breeze. So realistic wise. Got an Irish Brigade flag. Alright, and then we'll come along here. These are neat. We have Longstreet, Jackson, Stuart Lee, and how they have them displayed here. We have Custer, McClellan, Warren, Chamberlain, and of course, Abraham Lincoln. And huge shout out to Mr. John and John Jr. They have my Horns of the Buffalo sitting right there in front, right by the cash register. How cool is that? Alright, we're going to hit this pegboard. I've picked out a bag of infantry to take home. I don't know why I have so much stuff already, but you have to support Mr. John and his shop. More Korean War figures. This is where I purchased all my Korean War figures, if you remember. It's a endless amount of 54 millimeter bagged plastic peg figures. So, we're going to gently swing to our left. And we'll hit the top a little bit. The entire metal lithro Mark's Village is up here for Wild West. And what's cool is, let's see if I can get this. Mr. John has actually got figures at each of those buildings. There's a John Wayne figure. So, things are always changing here. And of course, he carries paints, brushes, and terrain. Alright, well, we're going to close this out with stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and don't forget to visit the Gettysburg Miniature Soldiers Toy Soldier Shop in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on Steinway Avenue. Thank you.